The Starseeds are individuals who have already experienced life on other planets and in non-physical dimensions, different from the Earth. In practice, they have already reincarnated in other planes and planets before being reborn here on Earth. The number of starseeds on our planet right now is the highest in the whole history. This happens because we are at a very important moment from the evolutionary point of view of the planets on the galaxy, and many galactic civilizations want to witness this evolution by incarnating here to elevate the energy and help the transition, or simply to personally experience the change of paradigm of human consciousness. From the moment you were born in a very dense place and with a negative ego prevalence, it is practically impossible to really remember who you are. The following are some of the characteristics of a Pleiadian starseed that comes from the constellation of the Pleiades, which are actually the majority of the current incarnations on the planet. There are also other civilizations that have sent starseeds, but they are a minority. 16 signs that you could be a Pleiadian starseed. 1. You were born after 1968. There are also those born before, between the 40s and 60s, but the majority arrived after that year. 2. You feel that you are from other worlds. This trait is obvious and easy to understand if you've always had the feeling of coming from the stars, that your home is not here, but out there. 3. You are an outsider. You had the feeling of not belonging for your whole life. You have noticed that children and their relatives of other families have a sense of belonging that you do not have. It is difficult for you to adapt unless you meet other starseeds, and then you feel immediately understood in a wonderful way. 4. You are spiritually oriented, but you are against religion. Even if you have tried many times to adapt to one of the many religious systems of the Earth, you just cannot do it. You reject almost all beliefs, and it is possible that you tend to build your own system. You also have some form of psychic abilities, such as telepathy or clairvoyance. 5. You are missing the awareness of time. You are not very good at remembering things like birthdays and dates. You are often very early or late for appointments. 6. You are a technophile. You love gadgets and electronic equipment, and you have a natural aptitude to understand how they work. You like them so much that you read the right manuals to have fun. 7. You are harmonious. For you, the Earth is a violent, aggressive and pissed-off place. You can be angry too, but always try to make the world around you become harmonious and peaceful. You do not try to control others, and you do not want others to control you. You cannot stand cruelty and abuse on animals, children, women or others. If there was a war, it is likely that you would choose not to fight. 8. You probably do not understand this thing about gender roles. You see your partner as your peer and you expect the same thing. The history of the war of the sexes seems absurd. You may not even be heterosexual, and if you are, you do not care much about finding a label for who you are. You can also be very androgynous in appearance. 9. You love animals and nature. You experience great love and respect for nature in all its manifestations. Gaia, forests, mountains, the sea, animals, etc. Feel a deep and mystical connection with the dolphins and the whales, almost like your relatives. 10. You are not oriented to the monetary system. This does not mean you cannot find your way or even succeed in this system, but you will always feel a little uncomfortable when you do it. You do not like routine and overly structured environments. You're unconventional, do not respect authority if they do not show you respect first. You often dream of giving up everything and joining a common hippie or similar. However, you do not like the concept of money and would like to be valued for what you are and not for what you can buy. In addition, you have always detested the school because the Earth's educational system uses conformist mechanisms and teaches with education rather than with experiential learning. 11. You are an escapist. You like to escape into creative fantasy and build whole ideal worlds in your head. You are also led to hallucinogenic experiences to intensify the experience. A negative aspect is when this trend becomes the main one. In reaction to the harsh and cruel world, you could indulge in the use of drugs, alcohol and other means to overcome the pain you feel, and doing so you fail your work of improving the world. You are also prone to depression if you do not have control over your life and your experiences. You are also inclined to a variety of psychoses and neuroses due to the spiritual fracture you perceive here in the unity of consciousness. 12. You are creative. You have a lot of creativity and you love the creative manifestations of others. Music, art, architecture, good food, everything. Creativity is profound in you. 13. Believe easily. You can easily believe in the existence of UFOs and extraterrestrial beings. These things are not strange to you. Even the concept of everything is one sounds very familiar to you. 14. You have certain physical attributes. While considering that humans are still an amalgam of all genetic types from a variety of different galactic races, you may have retained some specific physical attributes. Your genetics determines a field of possibilities, and your spirit could push your physical body in directions quite different from genotype programming. For example, you could have some of these characteristics: almond eyes, sometimes larger than normal, blonde hair, pale skin, blue or gray eyes, Roman nose, height, and thinness. 15. Photosensitive. Your eyes are highly sensitive to light. The Earth has a very raw light environment. You probably need less light than others. 16. You adapt well to cold climates. You do not like to try too hot and sweat in damp places. You're more comfortable in the cold. Do you find yourself in any of these characteristics? Leave a comment and let us know your story. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow us for more videos and articles like this.